What's up, YouTube? Um, in this video, I want to talk a bit about love. I was having some thoughts about love in the sense of why it seems it's so hard to find it. It's something we all desire, it's something we want, but it can be very hard to find true love, real friends, a loyal partner. Um, it can be hard, and it can be even hard to love ourselves sometimes. And I wrote some notes down here about like why it's hard to find love. And to jump right into it, the number one point I wrote down was the first point I wrote down was people confuse self-love and love in general with pampering. Self-love, in your journey in self-love, it's important to have that journey for yourself. But I feel like sometimes the way it's advertised, it's advertised as pampering, self-pampering. And people say, take a day off, take a mental day, um, take time to do the things you love, eat the food you like, just do the things you like, basically. That's what they would say is a form of self-love. And that's a part of self-love, true, but that's just the pampering part of love, where you take a day or you take a couple days, a week or whatever, and you pamper yourself. You go on a vacation, whatever works for you. But love, self-love, because this is where I want to start at before I even talk about like getting love from other people and loving somebody else. It has to start with the self. But self-love grows way much more deeper than just pampering. Self-love also means you hold yourself accountable. Self-love also means you have discipline for yourself. Self-love also means you got standards for yourself. And if you don't meet those standards, you're actually the person who, for lack of a better word, you could punish yourself. You actually you hold yourself accountable. Accountability is a part of self accountability is a part of self-love. Those things I just named, they're not easy. Why? Well, as I discussed in previous video, in a previous video, I believe, most human beings are not actually, we were not really built to, we're not wired to go after what is good for us. We're wired to go after what is comfortable. Discipline is not comfortable. Holding yourself accountable is not comfortable. Having standards for yourself and making sure you stay to the standards is not comfortable. These things are not comfortable. And but it's when you realize that these are actually the signs that you love yourself. The signs that you love yourself is doesn't come from you taking a vacation and you go to see a nice place and you eat some nice luxurious food and you do whatever you want to do, and you just do things that you love and you feel comfortable at. That's not a sign that you love yourself. A sign that you love yourself is actually a sign that you could restrain yourself from things that are bad for you. A sign that you love yourself is that when you do wrong, you're able to say, you know what, I was wrong. A sign of self-love is when something is not going right in your life, or maybe a relationship is going terribly, it's the ability to say, you know what, this is my fault. I'm the one who's doing the wrong thing. That's actually a sign that you actually love yourself. Now, the reason why you must start with yourself, because I believe that then leads you to understand what love really is. If you don't understand what love really is, you won't be able to notice it, and you won't be able to attract it. To go on to friends, to find out if a friend loves you, a friend that can see you wasting your life and not say nothing about it, doesn't really love you. They just may enjoy your company, they may enjoy talking to you, you may have something that they're using, or they may just like your vibe. But and sometimes here's the confusing part. They will use love. They'll use the word love a lot. Sometimes you will say you love people, they will say you love you because of a vibe you feel, a feeling that you have. But the truth is, if they can watch you not grow, you and your friends, whoever they are, should have hard conversations at least once a week about where you're going. If a friend tells you they're going to open a business and you love them, at least every week you should be asking about that business. Like, hey, didn't you say you was going to do that thing? Didn't you say you was going to do this? And if they can give you a good reason why they haven't started, haven't started, if you love them, it's actually your job, your obligation, if you love them, to make sure you hold them accountable, and you make sure you put that fire under them to get started. Our desire for comfort shields us from love. Now, that is for you outwards. How about from outwards towards you? Because a lot of us seek comfort, we often miss and mistreat the people who love us the most. Because the people who love us the most, as I'm sure you've heard this already, they're probably going to be the hardest on you. They're going to be real with you, and they're not going to play around with you. They're not going to allow you to waste it. Especially if they see your potential, they're not going to allow that. Because of that, they may say things that are uncomfortable to you at times. They may not always say what you want to hear. They may not always want to go forth all the time. They will hold you accountable and stuff like that. And so because of that, if you don't know love for yourself, if you haven't given yourself the real definition of love, if all your life you've just been focused on self-pampering, which unfortunately is being advertised as self-love, you would think that's love when somebody's just pampering you. You know, a lot of people, they fall for toxic partners because of love bombing. What they call love bombing. Love bombing is when somebody comes into a relationship with you and they're so affectionate, they're so kind, they just throw all these things at you, and it love bombs you to a point where, oh my gosh, you're in this bliss, and then you let this person in, and then a couple months down the line they show you who they really are, and you're like, oh my god, I'm trapped in this relationship. You know, I'm trapped. Oh my god, I went and said I do too early. I went and had a kid with this person too early. I went and, got involved with this person too early. And when you understand self-love, but with all the attributes of love, giving love, receiving love, it all starts with your understanding of love for your own self. If you don't understand self-love, you will always fall for love bombing. You will love bombing. It'll be easy to just pamper you into thinking that, oh my god, this person is my friend. If somebody does something good to you, they buy you a couple of stuff. They not everybody, listen, in life I have learned a lot of, not everybody's your friend, okay, and not everybody love you and have your best interest in heart. Sometimes it's just a vibe. It's sometimes you make them feel good. They may see something that you may have, something that they want. But a lot of times but don't be so focused. A lot of us, the reason why I think it's also hard to find love in the world is that we're so focused on getting it. Focus on learning what it is, so now you can notice it. And now when that person comes in your life and they're hard on you, you could see past your discomfort. You could see past your disdain for them. You could say, oh my gosh, this person is really on me, man. This person must really love me. And also on the flip side, you could also see past love bombing. You could see past flattery. You could see past all these kind of, like, because people, man, some people are very good seducers. Some of them are not even conscious of it, but they know how to seduce, and so but if you would really understand love for yourself, you'll be able to see past that and be patient before you start being so friendly with somebody, and you give it time. You give everything time, and people will show you who they are. Sometimes you could think you're a friend with somebody, and then you do something that they thought you did, and they could be so nasty and mean to you, and you're just like, well, where did all this malice come from? The truth is, they never loved you. And so first, focus on what it is. Learn what love is for yourself. Understand it's not the pampering side of it. That's just one small part of self-love. Pampering yourself is a small sign to love yourself. It's not a big sign to love yourself. A bigger sign to love yourself is holding yourself accountable. When you start being hard on yourself, you start when another person is being hard on you, you're able to actually be more accepting of that, because you understand this is love. This is how I grow. This is how I really evolve, get to the next level. So think about this. Start with yourself, understand what it is, so that you can notice it from other people, and then you can have it to give to somebody else.